Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is LaToya, and for today's video I will be creating a makeup look. This makeup look using the JUVIA'S Place the Candy Shop palette. If you want to see how I created this look, swatches, and my thoughts on this palette, keep watching. Alright, so for today's video, I believe I already said it in the intro, but we're going to be doing JUVIA'S Place the Candy Shop palette. I've already recorded this video once before, so all the shadows have been swatched. Okay, I had a little faux pas or something was going on with my memory card, and everything that I had recorded, I had like 3 or 4 videos recorded. That's not here nor there. So what I'm gonna do is quickly swatch the shadows for you guys so that you guys can see it on your end. So we're gonna do 1 to 4, 5 to 8, I almost said 5 to 6, 5 to 8, 9 to 12, and then 13 to 16. Now that I have the swatches out of the way, I am going to recreate the look that I did the first time. Yeah. Yeah, I thought by the time I use this palette for the second go around, it'll be a different look. But we're going to recreate the original look because I did mention in my declutter video, that's the makeup look that I had in my previous video. And I asked if you guys wanted to see it. I have the video so that you can click and see it, so I have to have it up so that you can see how I created that look. For my primer, I went ahead and primed my face. I used the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. For my brows, I used the NYX Brow Pencil in Espresso, and then I topped it off with my Patrick Ta Brow Gel. And then as for a base, I mixed together my JUVIA'S Place Eye Primer in the shade number 2 and P. Louise base rumor number 0. As for my under eye color corrector, I use my Charlotte Tilbury in number 2 medium as an under eye corrector. For this eye look, I'm going to recreate the look that I did before because everything got deleted off of my memory card, so that's where we at. Yeah. As for the first shade, I'm going to start off with number 5. I'm telling you guys, when I'm done, this is gonna be like the most neutral eye look that you can come up with this palette. I'm kind of disappointed that you guys are not getting my first impressions or first reaction from this palette, but I feel like those are always good and always funny, because it really do be catching me off guard. But I'm pretty much applying number 5 onto my brow bone, and then I'm just blending it out. It's gonna be slightly in the crease and above the crease. Not really in the crease, but above the crease, so that when I apply to everything else, it'll blend out nicely. Now shadow number 5 is a matte shadow, but it do have a bit of a glitter in it. It's not a shimmer shadow, it's very matte, but it do have a glitter in it. I do feel like once you start blending everything out, the glitter will probably disappear, but there is like a bit of glitter in that shadow. Alright, so the second shadow, and I used the Morphe M513 to apply that first shadow. For the second shadow, I'm using the Sigma E25 to apply shadow number 2. Shadow number 2 is pretty much the same thing. It is a matte shadow with a shimmer in it. Honestly, I feel like no. Let me take that back. I was about to say all the matte shadows have a shimmer to it, but that's completely wrong. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mattes, and 3 of the 7 mattes have like a half glitter in it. So as for this shadow, I'm pretty much just focusing it in the crease because, ooh, they're plain. I'm pretty much just focusing this color in the transition area, and I am going to actually consider this a transition because as for this color, I really don't want it to show too much. That's the reason why like I'm tapping off a lot of that color, a lot of that pigment. I just want it to kind of shine through when I apply the other shades. Going back with that first brush, I am going to blend with no extra product, just blend. And now I'm going to take the Morphe M573 brush and in shade number 15. Now this one kind of tricked me because looking at it online, it looks brown. Originally, the first makeup look I was going to do was going to be like a mint chocolatey type look because I was going to use 15 and 16. But then they both kind of like a little disappointed me because I feel like 16, I thought it was more of a full shadow and the pigment was going to be what you see in the pan, but it's not. It is what you see in the pan, but it's very sheer. It's almost like borderline topper. And when it comes to 15, it's more of a taupey color. It's not like a chocolate brown, but it is a matte and it do have a bit of a shimmer. This is the third shimmer that I spoke to you guys about earlier. So I'm just applying this on the outer corner and I'm just going to blend it. I'm starting it off on the outer corner, blending it into the crease. However, if it get all over the lid, that is fine. It doesn't have to be too neat because I am going to apply another shade on top of it. Now that's kind of impressive. That is kind of impressive. That's after one dip in the pan. I did not put this brush back into the palette to get another dip of that shadow. It's a little patchy. It's a bit patchy, a little patchy, but it's kind of impressive. Now I'm about to dip for the second time to kind of deepen up in certain areas where it kind of patched up a little bit. That's what she looked like so far. This is what we looking like so far. Let me like some of this fallout. Alright. Like, no lie, this eye look is very easy, very simple. Now I'm taking a Makeup Geek full shadow brush in shadow number 14. Now this one kind of reminds me of like strawberry, I mean not strawberry, cherry cola. After I swatched this one for the first time, I was like, okay, yeah, this is the shadow that I'm gonna use. This is the one I'm going to do. It's gonna be like a cherry cola style eye look. And honestly, that's what I feel like it is. I feel like this shadow is a full shadow. It could be better. It could be better. I feel like it's a little dry, but for the price you paying, it's not bad. Now that I have that shadow all over my lid, I'm just going to take the brush that I use for shadow number 15 on this outer corner right here. Pretty much outer corner crease and all over my lid. I'm just pretty much going to blend that together because this is not a cut crease. So I don't want that crease to be very dominant. I just kind of want everything to kind of blend together. And then as for an inner corner, I believe I took 9 as an inner corner highlight. I think that's what I did. Let me see. Yeah. So this is what my eye looks so far. I am going to jump off, do the rest of my face, and we're going to get into this lower lid and then the minor touch-ups. Alrighty, I am back. So just to give you guys a quick little rundown of what I actually use on my face. I use the same ones and twos, especially when it comes to me doing a Juvia's Place palette. I do try to keep everything as close to Juvia's Place if I have the products. So as for my face, I use the foundation stick in Belize. And then as for my contour, I went ahead and used my Iconic London. And then as for, that's a cream contour. And then I went on top of it with the powder. The powder that I use is from Hourglass, which is the translucent veil, the setting powder. And then as for a powder contour, I use my Too Faced Cocoa Contour for my cheeks and my nose. As for a concealer, I use my Juvia's Place concealer in number 20. And to set my under eye, I use my Jaclyn Cosmetic brightening and setting palette, and I use the color Peach. Is that everything? That's everything, because I have not put on a blush as of yet. As for an under eye, I'm going to take my smudge brush. This is the Sigma E21, and I am just going to go, I'm going to take shadow number 15, the darkest shadow that I used from the palette today, and I'm just going to apply that to the lower lid on the outer corner. I'm not really sure what shade I'm gonna go with, so I think I'm just gonna mix the two other matte colors together. So I'm gonna mix together 2 and 5. I don't know, that may not even look right. To blend this out, I'm going to take my Morphe M506 brush. I'm just going to go with the shade number 5, which is that light pink. And I'm just going to blend that out. Going with the smudge brush, I'm just going to apply a little bit more just to deepen up that color. No additional shadow onto the small fluffy, the small blending brush, and I'm just going to blend that out. Okay, I kind of wanted more to it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pencil brush that I used before, and I'm going to take shadow number 9. I'm going to apply a little bit more into my inner corner. And then I'm also going to drag it down just a little bit on my lower lid. Yeah, that's so much better. Taking the full shadow brush, no extra product, I'm just blending. Okay, I'm liking the way that came out. As for a blush, I'm going to take the Juvia's Place Blush Rouge palette in volume number 2. I'm going to apply this blush onto my cheek. I'm thinking that since I did use like shadow number 2, which is kind of like a reddy orange tangerine type shade, that maybe it will go. I don't know, but we about to find out. Ooh, 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 a little bit more pigment than I expected. That's not really what I was expecting, but we're gonna apply it on the other end because it's already there. We're gonna do it on the other side. It's there, honey, it's there. Y'all, what did I do? Oh no. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. Let me try to blend this out as much as possible. Let me clean this brush off some. Alright, let me take this brush. It has no product on it, so hopefully it'll just kind of help blend some of this out. Oh my. I'm going to take this NARS Christopher Kane blush in Silent Nude. This is the one that I said that I was going to pan in my declutter. So I'm just going to take some of that and apply it on top of it. Like, I'm not mad at it now. It's like a cute little contrast. Alright, so I'm not too mad at the blush. It did kind of tone it down. It is like a little different because it's not exactly the same color as the eyes, but I feel like it goes. And if you see some extra stuff, I did apply some powder underneath my eyes so that I could kind of like blend this part out, because I did bring it over a little bit too far over into this area. I am going to apply some mascara and some lashes. The lashes I'm going to be using for this look is the lashes that I used the last time, which is Juvia's Place Nubia Lashes in Biba. And then we're going to come back and we're going to do the lips. Alright y'all, so I'm back. I got my lashes on. Now we're about to do these lips. I do not have a Juvia's Place lip liner. The one that I wanted to purchase the time when I made my big order, they were sold out. So maybe the next time I purchase something from Juvia's Place, I don't know, we'll see. But as for a lip liner, I'm going to go with the Pat McGrath Labs liner in Suburbia. I purchased 2 lip glosses from the candy shop. One of them is like, they're not matte, they're glosses, but this one is like a solid color. I think it's like a dark brown, I'm not sure. I did use this one in my last video, but I don't quite remember exactly what it looked like. And then I also have, oh, well, this one is called Coco Millo or Choco Millo. Yeah, Charcoal Mellow. That's what it is. Charcoal Mellow. And then I have another one is Pineapple Pearl. They are swirled. However, once you start using them, just in case you don't know, once you start using them, the swirls are going to mix together. I think you can kind of see it here because I did use it a couple of times. Well, I used it once, but because I kept putting it in and out, the swirls kind of mixed together. So now we got the face together. This is the ending look. What do you guys think? I feel like this is probably the most neutral eye look that I could come up with using this palette. The shadows, my thoughts. I feel like it's very, I don't feel like it's one of Juvia's Place best palettes. I don't feel like the shadows or the formula is their best. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 shadows. These 4 shadows across are very light. These shadows here, 1, 2, 3, 4, those 4 that's going in a diagonal, they're very like sheer. They kind of remind me of, like, you know those makeup looks that people were doing, that trending makeup look with the Euphoria makeup. I feel like those are the shadows that you can kind of use to create a look like that. I feel like if you just apply them on your eye without a base, it's very sheer. You're just going to get like a glitter, but it's not, I don't feel like it's a glitter shadow, but it's kind of glittery. So I'm like, meh, when it comes to those. The mattes could be better. However, I don't want to sit there and say that the mattes are horrible. Until I actually test them out. So maybe I'll do another review later on the palette. I'm just looking at it, I'm like, dang, I really made a mess with this. Out of this palette, I feel like my 2 favorite colors is the colors that I actually used today, which is this one here. I used this on my inner corner eye, and then the one here, which I feel like it reminds me of Cherry Cola. So those are like my 2 favorite colors, especially when it comes to the formula and the color. I really had high hopes when it comes to this shadow. I was hoping that it was going to be more. I was hoping that it was going to be more of a forward shadow. I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to have to test this out again. If I would have known this or heard a review like mine before I got this palette, I probably would have passed up on it. But like I said, since I do have it, I am going to test it out. I am going to do other looks just in case you really do want this palette, or if you have this palette, I am going to create looks just to give you guys ideas, inspiration, so that you have something to go to. But that are my thoughts. I would say it's like I would give it like a 6 out of 10 as of right now. But I do want to test it out and try it and see, maybe I come up with some other looks. Maybe I end up falling in love with it a little bit later. But yeah, those are my thoughts. 6 out of 10. Do what you want with that information. Please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you check out this next video that I picked out for you. I don't know which side it's going to be on. Thank you all for watching. And remember, you're made for more. See you next time. Bye.